Hello there. We are preparing an SEO audit for your site, continuum.ag, because there are some things that you can improve. For example, on the page speed insights, if we input here continuum, you will see that the results are not that great. We will do the same thing under GT metrics to get some results for the performance of your website. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go to your site and see how it performs on the first load. And as you can see, it takes quite a while until the connection is made, so it is something that we'll have to look into it. Now the website is it looks good initially. There are some things that you can improve when it comes to SEO. For example, the meta title here is just home continuum AG. I don't know if I don't read something from some content from the site. I don't know what this site is about, except this meta description here: soil health consulting company. All right. There are some things that you can improve on the titles, on the headings of the page. For example, if we're gonna take a look, you have multiple H1s, and that is not the right way to tackle in terms of SEO. Then these H2s should be tied to the H1 that is to the previous H1. This H4 should not be this in the news, should not be marked as an H4, should be marked as something else. Testimonials, it's a very generic title, and maybe we can it would be better to use something else like a paragraph or heading level 2 or 3 or something along those terms. Now let's see the page speed insight. It seems that failed document request again. This has to do maybe with the previous load where we had to wait a couple of seconds. The GT metrics gives us these performance indices, which is not that good, at least for a desktop. If page speed insights would work for a mobile device, we'll also have an idea there. Where we can improve is, for example, the images. We can improve how the images are being delivered, especially on the homepage, because this is what we are monitoring right now. The images are very big, I would say. So I guess I would say the slides have some culprit. We can add some tags to lazy load these images. And this video as well right now it is an embedded video, which means it loads the data from YouTube. Why we can improve this and show an image here and load all the scripts and everything else when a user clicks to play the video. So for a mobile, the page speed insights, the rating is 27, and as you can see here, it's pretty bad. If you want this site to rank in the search engines for some queries, there is a big room for improvement. Now if I go to Google and if I type site, we'll see how Google perceives your website. So home, publications, FAQ, about services, the titles are not that great. Now let's see how this would look like in an audit. We're gonna take a look at the site and how the pages are being structured. Right now the site is being fetched, and we'll take a look over the HTML for now. There is a problem of 404 issue, that has to be fixed. And looking so far to the right side, there is some mixed content that we'll have to fix. Mixed content means there are some HTTP non-secure URL links throughout the site. And let's see the summary. We have to look at all pages again. HTML. All right. Title. This is the meta title. As you can see, it's not really descriptive of what the page is. Some of the meta descriptions, some of the page descriptions, some of them are good, but there's still room to improve here. The H1 definitely needs some improvement because except this topsoil, I don't see any other helpful H1. So there is room for improvement here. Then we'll have to wait for the crawl to finish. It is at about 40% done. What else could we say by looking at this page? For example, the sitemap. This, I'm not sure how useful is this for SEO or for users, for your users. Maybe we can skip the sitemap page. The FAQ page, again, I'll have to take a look and see if that is useful in any way. Going back to the site, switching from one page to another takes quite some time, and this preloader shows up, but you don't know if the site is working or not. For example, yeah, there's a problem with the site. Maybe you need a better server, or there is some issue with how WordPress works on the server. We're just gonna test some of the pages. So events, this page, if you want to show this page if you want this page to rank into Google, it would be great to optimize it for your users. We're just gonna go through some of the pages to see how the content looks like. This about page looks fine. Maybe the images would look better if they would have the same aspect ratio. For example, you can have them display like this Caroline in like this image of Caroline that has a landscape format, or you can choose a portrait format like Brad has. What else is there? Case studies. Again, as you can see, the time to load a new page is quite high. So, and sometimes it's timing out. This is a problem for user experience and for the search engines as well. Now let's take a look at the report, the Screaming Frog. It's at 70%. Okay. There are many uncategorized URLs. Maybe you should rename that uncategorized to something else. And then you also have a link that goes to the login page, which is not good. You also have a couple of more 404 pages that are not good, neither for user nor for the search engines. Then this video, it has a broken URL. It's not working the way it should. The meta description, as you can see here, it's the same. Here it's missing. This should be improved on. And the same happens for the H1. There are some pages where the H1 is missing, and that's a missed opportunity for SEO. Every page should have a different H1, so there's room for improvement there as well. Okay, we'll have to see what is causing this timeout issue. And this page, for example, the way it looks now, it looks broken, and I think maybe this is the way it should look like, but it looks broken. And these titles here, they don't serve too much purpose for an outsider, because I don't know what this title is about. So maybe you'll have to rephrase this in such a way that it is useful for both users and search engines alike. That's mostly it for now, and we'll see what the site will perform after an optimization. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.